Okay, so I was busy working on number 17 in the last video, so I'll restart that just to, make sure I can get it all done. We are in slope intercept form, so that's nice and easy. I know what don't write in yellow, silly. Okay, I know my rate of change, I know my slope, I know my y-intercept. So I'm going to start there at my y-intercept. My slope is -5/2, so that means down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right 2. I can also go up 5 and left 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Okay, because this is a greater than or equal to, I am going to be able to connect this with a solid line. And it looks like my x-intercept is right in here. It's fractional. Let me put that in yellow right here. It's my x-intercept, but it doesn't look like it's a whole number. So I'm going to find that. X-intercepts happen when the y is 0. So I'm going to plug in a 0 for y, and I'm going to solve this as an equation for x. So I'm going to add 1 to both sides. The inverse of -5/2, to cancel that out, is -2/5. So x is equal to -2/5 or -0.4. That's where my x-intercept is. So you could also say -0.4. Okay. It's greater than or equal to, so I am going to shade greater than, including the line. I always like to do a test point. So I know that 0, 0 right here is in the shaded region. So I'm going to test 0, 0, make sure it works. Is 0 greater than or equal to -5/2 times 0 minus 1? -5/2 times 0 is 0. Is 0 greater than or equal to -1? Yes, it is. All right, more graphing. I'm in standard form. I can actually find the x and y intercepts on this one if that's something that you want to do to graph. I'll show you a couple ways to do this one. So to find the x-intercept, I'm going to substitute in a 0 for y. And solve my equation. 16/5. Let's see. Well, 16, what's close to 16 that's divisible by 5? 15. So this would be 3 1/5. So 1, 2, 3 1/5. There's my x-intercept. Okay, my y-intercept is going to be what happens when I sub in a 0 for x and solve for y. So y is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I can count the slope just from those 2 points right here once I connect. It looks like my slope is negative going from left to right. So going down 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 1, 2, 3. Ooh, not so easy to find the slope there because I'm actually going over that 3 that 3 1/5. So I'm actually going to solve this equation and put it into y equals mx plus b, and I'll be able to get the slope a little bit easier there. So if I subtract 5x from both sides, I'm left with 4y is equal to -5x plus 16. Dividing both sides by 4, I see that my slope is -5/4. And see, I see this same y-intercept right here of 16/4, which is 4. Okay, let's check this out. So does my line go down 5/4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks perfect.
Are you like recording or something
Mm-hmm.
right now?
Okay, y is less than 4. So that's a horizontal line that has a slope of 0. This means that all my y values are less than 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is right here. I have a nice dotted line because I'm just less than 4. Not equal to 4, not greater than 4, just less. Everything under that line, but not including the line. Okay, my rate of change is 0 because it's a horizontal line. My y-intercept is 4, and I do not have an x-intercept. It never crosses because it's parallel to the x-axis. All right, find the slope of the line. So let's look at change in y over change in x. How much from -3 to +4? That would be going up 7. How much from 5 to -2? That would be going down 7. So change in y over change in x, 7 divided by -7 is -1. I can always sketch this out to see what it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. And then -2, +4. Yep, looks like a slope of -1 to me. What is the equation of the line graph? I see the y-intercept, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just count out our slope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Looks like up 4 to the right 2. So I'm going to simplify 4 over 2 to 2. Okay, what is the range of the function when the domain is these three numbers? So range is y, domain is x. So I'm going to plug in these numbers and find the y values. So what's 2 times -5 plus 3? It's -7. Okay, what about 2 times -3 plus 3? And last, I'm going to plug in the -1. So 2 times -1 plus 3 is 1. So when the x value is -5, the y value is -7. When the x value is -3, the y value is -3. When the x value is -1, the y value is +1. Okay, find the rule for the table. So they basically want us to write an equation. Y hopefully equals mx plus b. So let's look at change in y. From -1 to +1 is 2. And from 1 to 3 is also 2. From -1 to 0 is 1. And from 0 to 1 is 1. So change in y over change in x. Remember, f of x is y. Those are the same thing. So 2 over 1. Oops. Is there a constant rate of change? Yes. My slope is 2. My y-intercept is 1. I can tell because the 0 is x. So 2x plus 1. So this should work. I should be able to plug in every x and get the correct y. So when I plug in a 1 for the x, I should get a 3 for the y. 2 times 1 plus 1 is 3. Yep, works. 2 times 0 plus 1 is 1. Works. 2 times -1 plus 1 is -2 plus 1. That's -1. It works. Okay, solve for C. I have distributing a negative. These are in parentheses, but there's nothing in front of it or nothing to do with it. So I'm just going to combine like terms here.